Okay, so now we're on to chapter 3, and chapter 2 was really about sort of understanding the conceptual basis behind the derivative and sort of understanding what the derivative is. And so once more, I just want to keep saying that the derivative is the slope of a function. Okay, so I just want to get that out there, and we sort of understood that conceptually, and hopefully you guys have gotten that. And now chapter 3 is sort of onto the more practical nature of just sort of learning rules. And we sort of introduced some of those rules in chapter 2, but the whole point of calculus is that we're going to learn some secrets and some tricks that are going to allow us to just find the slope of functions very, very rapidly. Okay, so let's start off with a couple of throwaway rules that I don't really like because I've never really had a student that had a problem with these. Okay, so the constant multiple rule is basically says that if you have some function, let's say this. This is going to be confusing, but that's fine. G of x is equal to a times f of x. Then g prime of x is equal to a times f prime of x. Which basically means that if I got a function and I multiply it by a constant, then when I take the derivative of that, it's basically multiplied by that same constant. So let me just show you. Okay, so y equals x, and then using sort of different notation, dy dx is equal to 1. And then y equals 5x, then dy dx is equal to 5. Okay, so again, you've already seen some of these things, so let's do y equals sine x, previewing what we'll be talking about in later stuff, and then so dy dx is equal to cosine x, then y equals 7 sine x, dy dx is equal to 7 cosine x. So if I take a function and I multiply it by a constant, then to find the derivative, all I do is take the derivative of that function and then multiply it by that same constant. That's as much as I'm going to say on that. Then we've got the sum and difference rules. Which I also never really had a problem with anybody understanding. And that's just that if h of x is equal to f of x plus g of x, then h prime of x is equal to f prime of x plus g prime of x. Again, never had a problem with this. So if I say f of x is equal to 5 and g of x is equal to 3x and h of x is equal to 5 plus 3x, then f prime of x is equal to 0, g prime of x is equal to 3, and h prime of x is equal to 3. Or let's do one other thing. let's say that f of x is equal to x squared, and g of x is equal to sine x, and h of x is equal to x squared plus sine x. Then f prime of x is equal to 2x. G prime of x is equal to cosine x. And h prime of x is equal to 2x plus cosine x. Okay, and I think I'm just going to make this a short video because what I really want to do is I want to get onto the power rule. The power rule is really, really important, and I don't want to waste people's time having to go through this nonsense to see the power rule. Okay.